The trick is to sound like it's impromptu, even though you've prepped that talk to a T. Here's how. So you've clocked in the hours, you've put in so much time and effort and work into the research and then writing the script or the speech, but now it comes time to practicing the talk and you just sound so robotic and so rehearsed as if you're reading off of a sheet of paper. So that is the problem that we are going to address in this video today, and I'm going to give you strategies that are going to help you sound prepared but not rehearsed. Are you with me? So here are the 3 tips as to how you are going to sound prepared, but not robotic and not rehearsed. Number 1, take your script and shred it to pieces. I'm only half kidding on this, but take your script, that whole entire document with all of those amazing words that you've written on it, and only take out the keywords. So for this, you can take a highlighter and go through paragraph by paragraph. Oh my gosh, you have paragraphs. That is why you're reading off of your script and that it's a script, right? Explearners, we have to avoid that, as tempting as it may be. But this is really going to help you focus on the keywords, and you take those out and you put it into a new document, and now you have only those really great keywords in that document. So it becomes more of an outline. The best thing is to have just 1 word per bullet point. But if you can't get there yet, then do no more than 4. You want to avoid having long bullet points because then it's really prose. Just put the content words on there. You can avoid the less important words, avoid articles. So the idea here is just to take out the most important keyword for the points, for the examples, for anything else that you want to share with the audience, and just keep it to that. So it serves more as a memory jolt than having all of those words on your script and getting so caught up and lost in them that you feel the urge to just read. Taking out the keywords and putting them in a new file and keeping it to 1 to 4 words per bullet point will prevent you from reading off of your sheet of paper. Number 2, practice, 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 practice. You've got to practice. Now, you practice with that new sheet of paper that you have. It doesn't have to be a sheet of paper per se. It can be on your phone or your tablet, whatever device you might use in the actual speech. But whatever you use in the actual speech, practice using in your rehearsal, right? So that you can make sure that you're comfortable with that paper, with that device, and so on. The idea here is that you're not looking at that old script, right? You're not reading off of that script. Instead, you are having those words come to you and remembering what you're going to say. So you might say, all right, but I'm totally lost. I don't know how to do that. Well, then you have to be really familiar with the topic. Then we have to go back a step. Really, all you need to do is know the topic very, very well, and then be able to look at a keyword and speak to it just by seeing that word. It's a great way of jolting your memory. So practice, 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 practice it out loud, practice it with the pauses, practice it with the hand gestures that go with what you're going to say, and do that in a space that you can actually move around, right? You want to replicate the area, the space that you're going to be presenting in. If it's a talk behind the podium, practice it at the podium, although I highly encourage you to avoid the podium. So when you go to the venue or the meeting room that you're going to give the talk in, look at the podium, say hello, and then sayonara, and use the space that you have. It's so much better, and it will allow you to pace with purpose. So once you've practiced and you feel really comfortable, or at least as comfortable as you can be, just by having those words in your hand and in your mind, hopefully by the end of it, they're in your mind. Then number 3, I want you to embrace the spontaneity. With every live performance, there is always the possibility of something going unexpectedly. I'm not going to say going wrong, because sometimes those unexpected occurrences during a talk actually make the talk more memorable, more fun for you, for the audience. So it's just knowing that there's always going to be a margin. I'm not going to call it a margin of error. There's always a margin of magic where live performances will just take a different turn. Now, this is not to say that you're going to have to deviate from your script, but this is why we avoid calling it a script. It's a skeleton framework. It's talking points that you have inculcated in you. You know them really well because you put in the work, you put in the time, you put in the actual effort of getting the talk to where you want it to be. And now there's always room for the margin of magic. So be aware that there will be certain things, be it from the audience, be it from the technology that you use, be it the mood of the crowd at the time of day. So many factors can change the way that the speech or the talk unfolds. So just be able and be ready and be excited to embrace it. Okay, this is not a test. This is a way of sharing ideas, of spending time with people and doing a knowledge transfer. So this outlining approach doesn't tie you to the script. You're not shackled to your script. You have things that you want to share with the audience. And if there's a question that comes up in the audience, you address it. If something else happens, it emerges organically from the event itself, you address it. Your sound is totally off and somebody needs to bring you a microphone, laugh about it. It's okay. You can add a little bit of levity. You're only human, and it will make the talk more interesting because they won't see a rehearsed speech in a robotic form. Instead, they're going to see a human who has a great idea that he or she wants to share with the group, who can inspire and get everyone to think about something that is really important to that person. We're not robots. Let's not act like a robot. And instead of sounding rehearsed, you're going to sound prepped. The next time you have a talk, try out these 3 strategies and you'll start to see that you're actually more comfortable with the outline, and soon enough, you're not even going to need that outline. You're going to have it all up here, Explearners. I can guarantee with more practice doing the talks in this way, and I say talk, but that also refers to a meeting or, a more high profile conversation, maybe with VC investors, or you're pitching an idea to somebody. You don't want to pull out your script, right? You don't want to pull out that outline. You want to have it here. Okay, so doing these 3 strategies is going to get you closer to having it in your mind so that you can reflect your confidence and your grasp on the subject. All right, Explearners, that's a wrap on this video. I hope that you enjoyed learning about these 3 strategies to sound more like a human. Do give it a like if you enjoyed it. Share it with a friend. Make sure that you're subscribed so that you can get all our videos, because we'd love to have you join us for the next one. You know where to find us. I will see you in my next video. Happy Explearning.